Welcome to engineering measurements class. So in the last experiment we have performed the aggregate shape test. So in this experiment we will be performing the aggregate specific gravity and water absorption. So as we discussed in our last lectures that for the construction purpose, for the civil engineering constructions, we use aggregates extensively. Either it may be concrete beams or concrete columns or concrete slabs. In many places actually aggregates are used extensively. So before using the aggregates we have to understand the properties of aggregates thoroughly. So that's why we discussed in the last lecture, that is aggregate shape test using the flakiness and elongation index. We have find it out whether the which type of aggregate is suitable for the construction or not. So in this present experiment, we'll be performing the aggregate specific gravity and water absorption test, because when the construction happens, what will happen is when the rains and all everything happens in a structure, the aggregates try to absorb the waters from the outside. So if more water is absorbed, then what will happen? Aggregates tries to expand and also many other issues will come. So before using the specific grade of aggregates, we have to understand whether the water absorption is too high or too low, or what could be the specific gravity of aggregate. All these things are very much essential to understand. So let's get started of this experiment. So aggregates are normally formed by disintegrating of rocks, disintegrating of igneous rocks. Basically, when you break it into small parts, we get the aggregates. So that's why the size and shape of aggregate will be in different order. We saw in the last experiments also that some aggregates will have larger dimensions, some will have smaller dimensions, and the shape also is not uniform. Aggregate won't be rounded in nature, it will be in some other shape, either it may be long or short or whatever, it may be some random shape, it will be aggregate shape. As the size of aggregate is also varying, so we have two methods basically to finding out the specific gravity and water absorption of the aggregate. So aggregates above 10 diameter size will have one category, and one method is used to find it out the specific gravity. And aggregate less than 10 diameter size will be using this method. This method is called pycnometer method. So you can see this type of box, this type of bottles are available in our lab, and this type of bottle is called pycnometer. So it will have different mechanism. Simple type jar type bottle will be there, where you have a holder, and this conical type shape, some lid will be there. So, and at the top also, here if you see, there will be a hole, 6 hole you can see there. So at the top you have small hole, and this is the actual setup of pycnometer. So using pycnometer we can find it out if the aggregate size is less than the 10 diameter. So if aggregate size is more than 10 then we can't use this method. So we have to use some other method for that. Even the sand also comes under aggregate. So normally we use sand also for our aggregate, for our construction purpose, right? So that concrete is made up of sand, cement, and the aggregate, right? And water. We mix these four ingredients together, and then we make our concrete paste. So that sand also comes into aggregate, but that we call it fine aggregate. So aggregate is basically two types. One is coarse aggregate, which is higher dimension, and smaller dimension we call it fine aggregate. So even for the sand also, we can find, using this pycnometer we can find it out the specific gravity and water absorption of sands. So the procedure will be same. So whatever if the aggregate size is less than 10 we can use this method, pycnometer method, to find it out the specific gravity and water absorption. So our objective of this experiment is to determine the specific gravity and water absorption of aggregate. So the apparatus required to perform this experiment is, you can see, we have balance is required, and then sieve, and this is the pycnometer actual setup, and then you have the hot air oven. So in the last lecture you have seen that we have used the similar setup, but that time additionally we used the elongation and flakiness index apparatus also. So in this so here we use hot air oven extensively for to finding out the water absorption also we are finding out. So in that case hot air oven will be required, and then aggregate also is the sieve also required to sieve the aggregate. So we'll be only using less than 10 size of aggregate, so that's why sieve also required, and the balance. So now the procedure is, at the beginning, first we will take 500 to 1 kg of sample. Then we will pour it in the pycnometer, and then we'll find it out the weights and all. So we'll see, this is the observation chart. Basically we have to find it out. So basically we have to measure these four quantities: A, B, C, and D. What is A? A is the weight in gram of a saturated surface dry sample. So the saturated surface dry sample, that we have to calculate it out, which is A. Then B is weight in gram, the pycnometer or the gas jar containing the sample and filled with distilled water. That will be our B. Then we have C is weight in gram pycnometer filled with distilled water only, and D is the weight in gram of oven dry sample. So what we have to do is, first we will take surface dry saturated soil, saturated sample. So and then we fill this aggregate into the pycnometer, and remaining portion of the pycnometer we fill it with water, and that will be our second measurement B. And C is, now we'll remove all the aggregates from the pycnometer and only water will fill it entire pycnometer, that will be our reading C. And then we have the D is the weight of oven dry sample. So we'll keep our sample 24 hours into the oven, and once it come out, then we'll find it out what is the D. So basically these four quantities we have to find it out in experiment, and at the end we'll find it out the specific gravity, apparent specific gravity, and water absorption, these two quantities, using this simple formula. You know, right, what is specific gravity? So specific gravity is basically weight of, unit weight of a sample with respect to the unit weight of a, for that water. So same volume water, if we get it, then we will get the specific gravity. Similarly, you have the water absorption also. Water absorption means how much water the aggregate has absorbed, so that also we can find it out using this formula. So now at the end, now we'll post our final outcome, whatever we got it, the individual mean result. So we'll perform 3-4 times the experiment, and we'll take the average, that is mean result, whatever we get it, and we'll post it out. That is our final value for specific gravity. So typically the specific gravity of aggregate lies between 2.5 or 2.6 to 2.8, in that range. So let's see how much we get in our course aggregate sample. So now we are going to our civil engineering lab to perform the experiment. So now we are into civil engineering lab. So for the apparatus required for this experiment is sieve. So sieve, we have used two sieve, one is 10 and 2.36 This is the glass bottle pycnometer, and then we have aggregates, and the water bottle is also required, and the balance and tray is required. So these are the apparatus, and air oven also required for that. So now we place the sample, aggregate sample, into the top sieve. So top sieve is 10 diameter, whereas the middle sieve is 2.36. So we are collecting the samples which is passing through 10 and retaining on 2.36 So now you can see these are the aggregate is more than 10 so we are just taking them out, and we are just only collecting those who have retained in 2.36 sieve. So now we are taking 500 gram of aggregate which is retained on 2.36 sieve. So before collecting 500 make sure that you set 0 reading in the balance. So now we are taking exactly 500 gram of aggregate into the tray. So now we are placing these aggregates into this pycnometer. This bottle is called pycnometer. So now we have to soak these aggregates for 24 hours into the water, because we have to test it using only surface dry condition. So we are placing all the aggregate samples into the pycnometer, and we'll fill it with water and keep the sample 24 hours in the laboratory, and after 24 hours again we'll start our experiment. So now you can see, now we are filling these aggregates, we are immersing these aggregates into the water. So this aggregate will be in rest for 24 hours. So after 24 hours, now we just removed the water and we made it dry, surface dry condition, and we measured the weight. So as you know, aggregate has absorbed the water because it was 24 hours, it was submerged in the water. Now the weight has increased, now it is 508 gram. Now 8 gram has increased in 24 hours. Now again we keep all these aggregates into this pycnometer and filled it with water, and you can see we are filling this pycnometer at the top, up to top hole of this pycnometer, so that in this pycnometer only water and the aggregate are present. So make sure that the water level is filled from the top conical part of the pycnometer. So now we are taking our first reading. This is 1.814 kg. That is the weight of pycnometer plus water plus aggregate, which is our reading. So now next we are removing the water and keeping the aggregate for the next 24 hours in a oven dry, because we are measuring the water absorption of aggregate also. So now water is fully saturated, not water, the aggregate is fully saturated now. All waters are absorbed in the aggregate. Now we will dry this aggregate in a oven for the next 24 hours, and we'll find it out how much water is absorbed by the aggregate. That will be required to find it out the water absorption test of aggregate. So now we just taken out the sample in a tray, and the water, excess water, we just removed it, and this aggregate now we are placing it into the hot air oven. This you can see is a hot air oven. We are keeping the aggregate in the hot air oven for the next 24 hours, so that all the water gets evaporated and aggregates will be in dry condition. So now we set the temperature to 100 degree temperature, 100 degree centigrade, and it will be keeping our samples for 24 hours. So now it is exactly 100 degree centigrade. 105, sorry, 105 degree centigrade we have to keep. So in the meantime, now we are filling the pycnometer with water. Now this reading will take only with water. We fill entire pycnometer with the water. Similar process. Now aggregate is not there. Again we are filling the pycnometer up to the top portion of the hole. So now we'll take the measurements. This will be our third measurement. So till now we have taken two measurements. This is our third measurement. One is with the surface dry condition, what was the weight of aggregate, which we got 508 gram. Next with the water, aggregate and pycnometer, last reading we got it 1.8 something kg, and this is our third reading where only pycnometer is filled with water and we are taking the reading, which is 1.5 kg, that is pycnometer plus water. So this is our third reading. Now after 24 hours again we are taking out the sample. Aggregate was now dry condition, all the moisture has been evaporated. Now aggregate is completely dry condition. So now we will find it out again with this what is the weight of aggregate in dry condition. That is comes out to be 488 gram. Now you can see almost 20 gram water has evaporated from the aggregate for the past 24 hours. So same, the value has been recorded in the lab manual. So now we got A, B, C, D, four parameters of the experiment. Now we'll calculate the specific gravity and all. So this is the specific gravity chart. You can see the main observation table where specific gravity is calculated using, see, formula is D by A minus B minus C, and apparent specific gravity is D by D minus B minus C, and same water absorption is 100 into A minus D by D. So we just plug in the values. A, we got it, is 0.508. A is the sample, that is the after 24 hours we keep the sample in water and then we remove the water. When surface dry condition, the aggregate weight is 0.508 kg. Now B is the weight of aggregate plus water plus pycnometer, that is 1.834. C is the pycnometer plus only water, it is 1.5 kg, and D is the surface dry, no, the 24 hours only dry sample, oven dry sample, that is 0.488. So just plug in the values A, B, C, D in the equations and we get the specific gravity of sample, which is 2.804, apparent specific gravity is 3.1, and the water absorption of the aggregate is 4%. So the specific gravity of aggregates normally lies in between 2.6 to approximately 3. In that region normally you will find in any aggregates are lying, and the water absorption is, in this case we got it 4%. So these values are very much useful to finalize these aggregates for the construction purpose. So for the design of civil engineering structures and all, the specific gravity of aggregate, water absorption, all these values are very much essential. So in this experiment we understood the actual process of finding out the specific gravity and water absorption test. Thank you.